Welcome to Golf in the Cosmos, where physics meets the fairway and the universe takes a swing at your mind. We've got the OGs here. I'm Kevin. We got Kcon. How we doing?
How's everyone doing tonight? Doing great over here.
Hey, we got Miller. What's up, Miller?
I'm excited. First time at Doral in 10 years, so we got a big week coming up.
And we got Andrew. How are you?
Yo. Doing very well tonight. Excited to chat the news and chat the tournament.
Sweet. Yeah, guys, it's great to be back. Welcome back to the show. I don't know if you caught any of last week, but the Fitzpatrick family did it. Alex Fitzpatrick secured a tour card, I believe, with that win.
That's awesome that it works like that.
Yes,
yeah, I mean, it was so beautiful. That was it, the third shot by Matt to put it right by the pin, tap in. Alex breaks down. I mean, kind of got to love the PGA rules for if you win an event, you get a tour card. Like, good for Alex Fitzpatrick. I'm excited to see him on the tour.
Does that also include like major signatures, or is it just a tour card?
That's a good question.
Good
I think
question.
it's
Let me
a
look that up.
2-year. Yeah, I think it is majors.
I mean, it counts as a one PGA
win.
Tournament.
Right.
So
Yeah, right. So you should
whatever
be
you
in
get
the.
from that, it's the same. I mean, I would think.
Yeah, he officially accepted his tour card. And then I'm looking for that exact
Including
stat.
signature events, the 2026 PGA Championship, and the players next year. It doesn't say the majors right off the bat from what
Yeah,
I'm
it doesn't
reading,
say
but
the Masters.
Well, the Masters
here.
is invitational, so like they can choose
you
whoever they want.
That's they're up to
guarantees
them,
you in.
right? It's not a PGA event officially,
Right.
That's right.
But
No,
look, if it's not a PGA win, then why would anyone play it? You know, if it's not treated as a win, just because it's a team
That's
event,
true.
they can't.
It is cool. It gives those guys a good opportunity.
I also hate too. People are like bad mouthing it. Like, I mean, he was 100% a part of that effort. I think he had 7 birdies on one of the days. Like, he was electric, and he made an event that usually no one cares about, like fever pitch for those watching. I was actually following the whole weekend because I picked the Højgaard brothers in our one and done. They didn't start, so then Alex Fitzpatrick got the start. Then I won again, 2 weeks in a row. But no, it was epic. Like, I think Matt Fitzpatrick and I mean in general is on fire. Could potentially take another major this year. I just want to call that out right now.
Yeah,
I think he'll get one.
Look, Miller, I thought you had I think you have a hot hand until you came in with your pick, Cantlay, who had withdrawn on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Well, look, we're lucky that pick, he didn't start. We had someone else in mind, actually, former business partner from last year's Players Championship, who I'll announce later. But Bay Hill. We partnered at that event, but no, I mean, yeah, I have a hot hand. I've won back-to-back weeks but this week we technically didn't count for our betting tracking due to the format of what was it, Scotch and then team play. But yeah, I mean, we'll get to this week in a minute, but I'm feeling hot. I don't know.
Yeah. No, before that, we got some big news. I guess it kind of was known, but now it got confirmed by the Wall Street Journal article. Liv's funding runs out at the end of 2026. The PIF is not going to fund Liv any longer. That's official, essentially. When it comes from from WSJ.
And Liv Louisiana postponed
till they figure out the financials. Yep.
I mean, this is a disaster. I mean, and by the way, we talked about this weeks ago. We knew that the end was nigh. Like it was.
The steam was gone. There was no reason for them. There was no reason from our point of view to continue. Like there wasn't enough steam behind it. So PIF they're not dumb. Obviously, they came up with a great idea that just didn't work out because you can't do something like that forever when you break the rules of standard golf.
Well, you've got to really last like a good 10 years to really instill it. We're going to be hesitant for the first 1 to 2. And if you put on a good show, we'll start watching a little bit. We'll start watching a little bit more, and then it kind of becomes. But Yeah, I don't know. They just went balls to the wall and spent a lot of money. I think it said they were spending like 500 to 600 million a year.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm
no, it's been
seeing it continue.
$6 billion over the course of Live has been put into something that they're just pulling the plug on. They're changing strategy, I guess, on what that fund does. They want to go more towards building things domestically. So they're done doing this kind of, what some would call sports washing. So
you're right. Since 2022, 5 to 6 billion invested by PIF. I'm reading right now to secure kind of the next year, it's another 1 billion, which seems low considering the insane player salaries that I see. But honestly, like I think they deserve it. Like they're traders in my mind. I don't know. I think it's a little bit of good riddance. I mean, not for the individual players, but
I think it's really crazy for the individual players that they missed their opportunity to come back kind of in a way. Now they're going to also get more reprimanded. But
I mean,
in my mind, I started thinking about the DP World Tour.
Yeah. Well, look, they can all work their way. It's a 1-year ban, right? If you 1 year has to go by. It's the Patrick Reed way of getting in. It's you let 1 year go by since your last Live event, then you're technically eligible to get a tour card. Then you can be then you can start that process.
But Reed went right to the DP World Tour and just started winning, and so I think those guys are just gonna. Why would you play their? I guess I don't know what's in their contract, but I would start trying to go play those events as much as possible.
Oh yeah, that's the quickest way to
points.
That's the best way to build points.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. And then you get into a PGA event and you win and you get your card. So that's all you got to do.
I think too, by the way, I mean, $1 billion of funding is not crazy in today's terms. Like I wouldn't be too surprised if an investor came in, took over a large percentage of the equity and found a way to continue the tour. Like I think the US focus, I don't agree with that
though, because I mean, the viewership isn't,
you change the format. I think you go away from the shotgun. You do 54 holes. Like go ahead, do 3 rounds, because the player field is pretty consistent every week or whatever. And then you take away the shotgun. You do a couple other things, and you just reformat it to fit YouTube golf.
They can't. They got OWGR points because they went to 72 holes. That's one of the major wins.
Keeping 72,
so they have to keep 72.
Okay.
If they mess with the format too much, then the OWGR pulls the plug from the points, and then they're like really worthless. I mean, listen, what is an investor really getting? They're getting a group of guys that are contractually obligated till certain days, right? All those guys have an expiration date, so. It's like, is that bucket, worth it, or is that $1 billion better off invested in like something else?
That's a good point.
That's what they got to ask themselves.
It's kind of like buying a certain sports team. Like you're getting the players and then the brand, right? And we would argue the brand here is worth less than maybe it should have been, but it's kind of like buying like Chelsea FC or something. You're getting a lot of those players, and if you could leverage them to gain more value and content and kind of just generally, awareness for whatever you're then going to commercially, get advertisements rolling with, like that could be a deal, right?
Yeah.
Like there could be a deal here. I don't think it's too far fetched. Like someone could get this for essentially, cents on the dollar,
right?
In some regard. And if you have Bryson DeChambeau, maybe that is worth $1 billion, right? Like, I don't know. I mean, obviously there's a lot more players in there, but I think there's a way out. As much as I want to see it go down in flames, I do think it was good to challenge the PGA and push the PGA to be better.
Yeah, and
it's kind of good, like sometimes in a market where you have like competition, right?
Yeah.
Ultimately, right. It did lead to improvements on the PGA that are probably for the better. I think that's a good point. But it's interesting that back when it started, we were kind of. A lot of people were scared or sad or we're going to lose this great thing that is the PGA. And, now you can't help but some people feel a little bit of relief, a little bit of kind of happiness. It's kind of like we like to see, people, society loves to see people kind of like go down in flames. It's the the tabloid, idea. And that's what we're kind of getting to see that here. And it's pretty entertaining, and it's amazing some of the people that even like on X that were talking about Live a lot and seemed kind of like they were into it or trying to get into it, how quickly they flipped and they're just like, oh yeah, screw Live. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. Now that I know they don't have funding, I'm not interested anymore.
Look, let's actually bring that up. It's a good point. Like, if you look at your friend group, like how many people are rocking Live gear, right? Like, Gil got a hat. I mean, by the way, which I thought was sick. I got a shirt, by the way. I got a Bryson shirt, Crushers, in the closet that I mistakenly washed with jeans, so it's a little bit more blue than what it used to be white. But other than that, I'd probably say there's one guy out of like my friend group on social who posts like highlights from their events. Okay.
Well, he's actually watching or whatever.
Yeah, but that's probably one of like 100 guys I know that golf, right? And maybe realistically it's more like 5 to 10 of 100 that are actively following, but I don't think they've captured the market they set out for.
No, I did see this year, they were posting more stuff on the bigger golf social media accounts. I feel like I saw a lot more just Live updates. I feel like I was more informed. I feel like people were kind of paying a little bit more attention, or at least we were getting updates. And
look.
I mean, now it's back to what you
break
said.
that out. When did they break through the moment? It was Adelaide with Anthony Kim.
Yeah.
And then it was
that was it. Yeah.
South Africa.
Such a feel-good story that it was worth.
Those are the two, like, let's think media moments that they broke through the noise, right? And then the other third is then their collapse, right, and their investment issues.
Yeah.
Part
of me thinks that some people wanted it to succeed, and the second there was probably background talk amongst the tour of like, hey, this isn't going well. Like we're seeing signs of things declining. Potentially people were trying to push positive media to say, no, we need this to keep going so the PGA Tour is less competitive. So the DP World Tour is less competitive. Like potentially there was some of that starting to grow as it was declining. I don't know. It's just kind of a potential thought, I
mean, it's kind of like if we think about it, like these moments where we remember these events, even though we didn't attend, we like generally like watch, above the line advertisements, TV, right? Like, I mean, DP World Tour has been picking up, right? We've been talking about that. Like Live is just not capitalized. I swear to God, I'm gonna bring up one more time. It's like that stupid deal on the CW. I know now they're on Fox, but they're not in prime time. And I think a lot of that brings up the international versus domestic market debate and how they continue to kind of pivot. But we're not watching them on Sundays, right? And that's when we watch golf, right? And don't get me wrong, some of us watch on Thursdays at work, some people who have a mouse jiggler or other kind of devices at their home. But some of us maybe watch the highlights Friday, Saturday, if you're lucky, and the wife's not on you. And then Sunday, you get like a few hours. But those are our times to watch golf. And no one's watching it at the middle of the night or on the CW or early in the morning, like you would the British, where they're in, different market. I don't know. I think it's.
And the American events,
stuck.
The American events I've seen on TV where both are on at the same time, and it's really interesting because it's like, how do they pick which PGA event they want to, compete with, and how does that actually go? Look on the ratings. I still have a problem watching Shotgun. I really
can't.
It's hard for me to follow.
It's too hard.
From a whatever, if you want to call it like a betting perspective or just an excitement perspective on, now there's it's cool because like when it starts, like there's tons of shots they can show, where the PGA kind of has a slow build up. Sometimes they start it, when the leaders are like on hole 3, because they need more, content to show. But when they're on at the same time, what are people going to pick at the end of the day? Mm-hmm. And that's what's going to be happening in the Virginia event, that's happening as well. That's supposed to be the next event. That's supposedly still scheduled. The the people from the course have confirmed. Like,
what club is that at, by the way?
It's at Trump's. It's at Trump's course.
I don't even know his course in Virginia. No, but I feel like they've missed the iconic venue stuff. I don't know. In the U.S., they're playing in Indiana, right, where Bryce goes.
Trump National in Potomac Falls, near Washington D.C.
I mean, you live there. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I know where it is. It's just private. I never got to go play it, but there's
private.
A bunch of nice golf courses.
It actually looks really nice
in that area. It's where Trump goes and plays when he's at the White House. He'll take a helicopter, go play there.
I mean, this place does look sick. Like, I almost want to share a screen. It's got a 50 or 100-foot American flag, but it's got water, actually, like Link style. I don't know. This actually looks sick, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think we need to talk much more about it. I think we'll watch. I'll bet this right now. We're going to watch an investor come in, get some kind of deal, and they're going to go another year or two. After that, all up in the air. I still think it's a good play if like DP World Tour and Live merge and just make it like outside the US.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, I think it's toasted, but we'll see.
I mean, I think you're right.
I think it's done. It's like a lack of faith with all the players. They're defeated. They don't know what they're going to do. They got to figure it out, and they got to look out for their best interests. So
it's also the cost that incurs upon the owner. It's not just buying it; it's the continued.
Yeah, you're gonna basically lose,
insanely billions of dollars that haven't shown any ROI. So
I think too. Like, by the way, name the top 3 most famous people in Live, right? Like it's obviously Bryson one. You guys say Rahm. I mean, I don't think Rahm's got a huge American following.
He did. He was doing well, and then he left.
And by the way, none of us have watched a tournament of him play other than the Masters when he won.
And I barely saw him playing.
And then who's the third most popular guy in Live? Phil Mickelson.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you would say that. Yeah.
He hasn't played an event in a long time. Probably.
But then it was probably Brooks, and then he just turned over.
I like Dustin Johnson personally.
I do too, but none of us have watched him play other than the Masters, right? Or the British, or
he doesn't really make cuts.
DJ's out there, but he's just living his best life.
He is. I mean, he's doing well. We're happy for him.
That's why I like.
I just think it's a win-win for these guys because they literally got a ton of money, and they got to play less golf throughout the last several years, and now they could retire and, like, in reality, never have to compete again.
Yeah.
I'm curious how many guys will do that. And just be like, I'm just going to spend time with my family. Like I'm good, and start a business.
I think that was kind of the point when they joined. They were able to spend time with their family, have less commitments. But I think now the drive of the athlete is going to come into play.
Yeah,
I don't think you want to settle with this. I don't think you want to, like, for Phil. I mean, he just banked in, and he was already on the outs anyway. So
yeah,
I would think Dustin and the guys we were just talking about are going to step it up a little bit to regain their golf accolades back, or their golf prestige.
I mean, I think Koepka is a good case study for them, though. It's like, it's not easy to just come back and go shoot 12 under par or 8 under par each tournament. It's making the cut can be hard. So
yeah,
I think they're watching him. They're watching Reed. They're like, okay, which pathway should I try? I mean, obviously nobody can do what Koepka got out of there with, but they could go to Q school. They could do Monday qualifiers. They'll try. Did you say there's a 1-year ban from them?
Yeah, from their last.
That was what Reed got. Yeah.
No. Yeah. That's he didn't get that. That was just across the board. That's the rule. The Live kind of punishment. If you leave, it's really if you play anything. If you leave the tour and play something else like that's non-sanctioned, you can't play a PGA event until 1 year exactly passes.
Yeah, like Wesley Bryan, right? Like, by the way, let's talk about the elephant in the room. That guy is electric. We all love watching him.
That one's
the stupidest thing ever. Okay, Wesley Bryan should be able to play if he can qualify and have the right amount of points or whatever, like the baseline standards are to enter tournaments. He should be able to play, but he played a YouTube match and he's banned. That's stupid.
That Wesley Bryan played a YouTube match that was Live affiliated, It was kind of a live, technically like a live sanctioned event. What's interesting about his is he's suspended, so he's not even eligible. It's essentially it's kind of unfair that you can permanently suspend someone essentially. So
but that's the point. Like they let these other guys come back in who have clout.
Miller, maybe you might know this, but correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. But correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't he ask for permission to play this tournament, and they said you can't, and he said that's
I don't know.
And then he did it.
I don't know the backstory. Transparently,
I feel like he asked a little bit for some sort of permission, and they're like, read the bylaws, and no, you can't, and then he kind of did it. So that's, I feel like, a little bit bigger on the punishment, but I don't know for a fact on that one.
He did not
I did see that
to play in the duel.
He did not
no.
PJ.
Well, that may have been what disappointed them, that he didn't,
and argued that it wasn't a high level professional event. He believed the rules did not cover YouTube content creation, and filed.
But that was like the whole point of why people were leaving for Live, because they were wanting their YouTube content creation.
Yeah. I mean, look, like I just want to call it that it's a fucking joke. Okay, like Wesley Bryan should be able to play, especially at Harbor Town, a tournament. I hopefully opened your eyes to you all this year as one of the gems on the tour, but he should be able to defend and play there, and he should play in other events that we would like to see talent like him if he qualifies and deserves to play. We'll leave it at that. I just think it's a joke. And the PGA Tour is stupid for not allowing him to play. He could pay some stupid little fine or do some other little song and dance like Patrick Reed, but I just want to call out the stupidity because he is probably one of the top 5 most popular people on YouTube Golf. And him and his brother are badass. And they should inspire us all to play.
No, I mean, they're great. They really set the stage on YouTube Golf, to set the bar, I should say.
Yes. But speaking of YouTube Golf, we have a new video out, the Jurassic Cup.
The Jurassic Cup.
Part 1.
Check it out.
Sick.
Yeah, I mean, we won't give away the back 9, but
part 2 is not out yet. But see where see how it sets up.
It was a survivor round. If you've ever played Royal Hawaiian, I mean, it first of all, absolute beauty, but I mean, survival. But a lot of fun. I mean, I actually watched it like last night. I thought it was great. Kevin, it's one of the best videos you've edited.
It was a lot of fun to make. I mean, anything with those backgrounds, that Hawaii golf, on the interior, right? Where, it was where Jurassic Park was filmed. That's why we named it the Jurassic Cup, but it's a good watch, guys. So if you're all listening and want some extra kind of TV, stream it onto your TV, get that full view of the Hawaiian landscape. But the Jurassic Cup Part 1 is out now on YouTube. So definitely check it out. And then Part 2 coming soon. So
what's interesting,
let us know what y'all think.
Like, you could barely see the rain, even though
that's
like I remember some of the shots. I was shocked that because we were getting dumped on. Like,
well, you've seen like a football game where they're like, "Oh, it's snowing." You're like, "Is it?" And then all of a sudden there's like a 2 feet of snow under them. So the camera, it has a hard time, catching that. Even baseball, when it's raining, I'm like, it's not raining. Why are they stopping?
You're right. Game? You're right. That actually makes more sense. But I just remember like one of the holes, Andrew, where you went out of bounds and.
That was like
it was pouring.
It was like hell broke loose for me.
Yeah, no, but that hole, it was dumping when we went up to the green. Like it came down in sheets of rain.
Well, our camera,
out there with a bogey.
Our camera person, that hole had to stay under the cart, and I was like, "Don't worry about getting on down the line. Just shoot down from the hill.
Zoom in.
Yeah, just use the zoom."
So that's going to be great, and we'll keep the surprise of the back 9.
Part 2 is pretty epic. Honestly, it's pretty epic.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, a lot of drama. It's another tournament I led through the front 9 on, but I won't give away the ending. But I brought it in close.
So but yeah, just quickly on Wesley Bryan, if you've seen the Creator Classic, there's a good, like, if you watch the whole beginning, there's a good interview of him on the range where the interviewer is kind of like, does it feel weird like playing with these people? And he's just like, Well, it doesn't look like I'm playing tomorrow because the Players was actually the next day. So that's what's crazy about that. I didn't realize that, Andrew. I think I told you otherwise, but it actually was the day before the Players. I was thinking of Creator Cup 1.
Yeah.
This was Creator Cup 2, the Creator Classic 2.
Yeah.
So, and he was like, it doesn't look like I'm going to play with them tomorrow. So, and it just sucked. Like you could just tell that he's getting that, he hates that question because he's like, what do you mean I'm not supposed to be with, like, where am I? He's like, where am I supposed to play then? I'm just trying to find a place to play.
It's just such a disgrace. I mean, he's won a PGA Tour event. I think he might have won maybe 2 or 3, but you watch him on YouTube Golf. I think he's the best guy, like other than Bryson, but out of all of them, I mean, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
Speaking of best golf, I mean, Kevin, do you want to maybe talk about this past weekend at Journey Pechanga? We actually got to revisit there.
Yeah, if we can get into a little bit of of the Cosmos Crew golf.
Well, I think talk about the theory. What's going on in your head?
Well, listen, I mean, I think it was great to get back out to Temecula. So what's funny is some of those clips from like episode 10 have, that's kind of like this best kept secret, I think, around here, that there's good golf in Temecula.
It is, we paid $175, so say you stay at the hotel. Okay, we're just gonna keep that on the air. But I mean, dude, it feels like a $400 course.
It's awesome. The first 9 is just out of this world.
Really,
dude,
really fun.
The whole course is, but the first 9 is just, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's great golf out there. Journey, that's at Pechanga, but really Temecula has some gems. So we'll continue to kind of explore out there. The drive's not bad from most SoCal cities, right? You can get out there pretty quickly.
It's an hour and a half. It's $175. There's a casino to play hands at, and it's really well maintained. I mean, I thought, by the way, there wasn't like a bad piece of grass. Right. I don't know. I mean, like there might have been like here and there, but I thought the whole course played fantastic.
Oh, definitely. So, but yeah, otherwise, we're just continuing to grind. I'm trying to lower that handicap. It's been hovering from 7.6 to about 10.
We're gonna go into a little segment here. I mean, like, you're supposed to be a 5 handicap in 2 days. A lot of people don't know on the air, but there's quite a wager within our group chat. We won't go into that, but where are you at today and how are you going to get there?
Yeah, look, I mean, I will continue to, and I have, betting on myself.
Have you been below a 5 handicap before?
No, never. That's what's
okay. So it was a bit of a setting a bar.
He was playing really good golf at the time, and he was like, I'm going to do that.
I mean, I remember about a year ago when you were like shooting, it felt like in the 70s or something for like 3 months.
Well, yeah,
I couldn't beat you for 3 months, I think, or something.
Right.
Like,
no, it's definitely, it's the funny thing about this game, it'll drive people, either crazy or, to elation, so it's quite the roller coaster, this game. And especially, starting the podcast and everything, with the game, it puts a little bit of almost extra pressure on. But I agree. I embrace that personally. But albeit sometimes it's rather frustrating when you're in the downslope of a roller coaster and you're just kind of wondering, when does the roller coaster go back up? Kind of just waiting for that to happen. Like, do I not play for a couple weeks? Tried that. That didn't work.
Didn't work.
Do I need to like go play?
It got worse.
Do I need to go play out of state? I'll try that next week. Sometimes that can Sometimes that can reinvigorate the game, right? Getting out of town, like really far out of town, like miles away.
So, what I'm going to recommend?
So we'll see.
I'm going to put a diagnosis on here. I think we need to get you an outdoor net, a Rapsodo, and an iPad. Okay,
it's not a bad idea at all.
And then I think you can join me Friday nights and Saturdays, and maybe Sundays for virtual tee times. I think you just need to get back to basics. I don't even think your putting's that bad. I don't know, man. I was kind of I didn't see your round the other day, but
I think at Journeys it was consistency off the tee.
I think your tee shot though, and don't get me wrong, I've seen it also work for you, and I used to slice it for 26 years, but I feel like you're putting too much, like almost like rigidity in the swing, and then you're doing this constant slice. But again, I'm just not great either. But I feel like if you just focus on hitting it straighter, you would have more consistency. But
the thing is, the whole thing about golf in the Cosmos is that the game is to lower your handicap. It's not physical. It is, but to a point, it becomes mental. And I think Kevin's been exploring different mental approaches to the game, and sometimes if you don't stay consistent, like that can actually cause problems too. So I think through the exploration, it's very hard to like actually lower a handicap, but Kevin's just looking for that thing. I don't know, Kevin, is that kind of what
it's exactly right. Like? Yeah, 100%. I mean, look, I think this was a good experiment as the pressure, kind of ratcheted up. It became harder for me to, I started blaming myself more, where I actually should have gone the other way, where it's like, oh, the rock moved on Mars there. Don't get mad at myself. And then, because the second you start kind of boiling in your head, it just keeps going high. It goes above 212.
We all know.
You start implosion.
I mean, I would say sometimes it's like you hit a bad shot, and then you want to hit a good shot to like alleviate that other one. But sometimes you just got to recognize, like, maybe I'm not playing the best today. It's like, just shoot it over there. Don't go for the pin. Just hit it over to the back of the green. Come from there and two putt and get your bogey.
Connors, I
instead
think
of getting the 6, or
I just think you answered your point. You said, I need to just hit a good one. It's like, guess what? You can hit a good one if your target is giant and in the safe spot. And like putting the ball there proves to you that you can control it a little bit, and then you slowly bring that up and make your target smaller and more closer to the target.
Because you're making the game easier on yourself, and so mentally you're making your mental thought process go down a little bit more because your confidence is kind of going
I want to add on to this, and I know it's a theory we're not ready to release, but I feel like it's just like trying to achieve flow state, like knowing your game, and also like knowing when to take your medicine. It's kind of like, what would Freddie Couples do? Like, it's hit a hybrid instead of a 3-iron or a 4-iron to try to hit this perfect shot. Like, just let it float up and land. You don't need to hit a 9-iron 160 yards. You could hit a chop down 140 with like no pressure against the ball. I don't know. I think it's just like
it's taking a step back from that competitive mindset, and it's kind of removing that layer of like, oh my gosh, I'm scared, or I need to hit this perfect. It's taking a step back and not only doing that mentally, but choosing a physical option like a quarter swing to make it way easier to say, I'm backing off. And it's now you're not attacking the bear, you're walking away. And it's like, it feels scary both ways, but you're actually safer just walking away.
Yeah, I've just noticed too on like those, especially those hard shots, like 160, 200-yard approaches, going a club up and hitting a little less is putting the ball by the green more instead of trying to hit like a perfect shot with a hard iron. I don't know. I mean, look, I just think the big thing too when you're up there, it's just like feel the flow, find Zen,
Yeah, to your point though, it's like you don't have to compete against the people in your group. It's like, well, he hit a 5-iron 225. I want to hit my 5-iron 225. It's like, I can't do that. I'm just going to go with like a 7-wood or a chop down like club that I know can get there. I know I can hit it relatively straight, and the less you swing, like kind of the more straighter it goes. So I think just not competing against the people who are around you and just understanding your own game and how far you hit it.
Yeah, I'll also add too, like if anything's wrong with the lie now, especially after the second part of Jurassic Cup, which we'll see in a week or two, I pull out the 29-degree hybrid. Like Jackson saw me have a bad lie. I hooked it over the trees. It went straight up, just 160, nothing crazy. But knowing when to take a club you trust instead of like trying to hit some low 5-iron stinger, which I can't hit. I would have hit the tree. I would have went down. I would have like missed par. Probably got double bogey.
Yeah, look, I love this. I love all this because this is really what the Cosmos is all about, and I think we're all exploring different kind of mental approaches. This is probably the most I've ever heard Miller use the word Zen. And I've known him a long time.
True. That's
so
true. You're right.
I do like that where you're kind of exploring. I think you might be a little closer to the Buddha right now.
Look, let me add though, just to finish it off, because we were talking about this pre-pod. I shot an 82 at Journeys, which is a PR for me on the course. And
right, that's what I'm saying. You're feeling it.
If he had a bigger mistake on a hole, or I maybe took 1 or 2 mistakes back, but he still won gross. But I will say, I feel like I've just been feeling this flow state, and it's kind of like what is golf maxing, right, or whatever the term is, right? But it's just like literally no thinking, trust yourself, like play more conservative. Occasionally, when you're feeling it, though, fucking go for it. Like when you
blackjack,
you're hot, and like I'm lining up, I think essentially to set me up for way more GIRs. That's the data I'm seeing when I looked at it. I had way more GIRs because I drove it fantastic.
But that's
actually drove it as far as Jackson half the day.
Wow.
But that stat is not something you can think about during the 4-hour round. You can only look at the stats after. If you're thinking about GIRs too much during
I know.
Good luck. Right, you're now using the wrong part of your brain.
I was fine with bogeys, and when they came, which I think was only once or twice, I was fine with the double bogey. But I don't know. I feel like I'm finding something. I also think too the at-home sim is a game changer for me.
That's
I
good.
hope you all can join me soon online, because I like to play with people. But,
yeah,
but here, we'll end on that. But
a couple more points on that. I think when I'm really feeling, I think feel is a huge thing. I think when I'm really feeling it, I try to, and you hear people say this, like removing the word bad or something from your vocabulary. But if I hit it bad, I'm literally going, that isn't even a word, right? I'm just like, there was something moved in the universe and the ball, like I'm just on to the next. It's like, it doesn't even matter. Like there is no such thing as negativity. Even if something bad happens, potentially, you never know, because you could just chip in. So it's like, is it even bad? The second you let it become bad, then it is,
Hey, by the way, exactly 17, I thought I went in the fucking ditch. I actually made it right next to the trap. I hit the fucking pin, nearly dropped. Tap in for par. Like, no, nice. But if you let that get in your head, things compound. I'm convinced. But go, Andrew.
I was just going to say, once you realize that it works on the other side of the spectrum too, fully positive doesn't exist either. Yes, the ball goes in the hole, but like the trick is, can you find that middle ground? And that's what the flow state is. Like, you're making a birdie and you don't cheer it on, because like you actually are just so in the moment, the ball just fell in the hole. So it goes totally both ways. Bad shots don't exist. Good shots don't exist. The hole barely, the hole is the only thing that exists, I guess, in the ball. But like you finish your round, you shot even par or 5 over, and it's like, hey, that felt great, so easy, but you didn't really get excited or angry at anything.
Yeah.
Well said, Andrew. Can you tell us the blackjack theory? I really like that.
Oh, well, it's basic. If you've ever played blackjack, it feels a lot like being on the tee box when you're about to hit and you have like 13 or 14 or 15. Like those sketchy numbers to hit on feel like taking driver, 3-wood, 3-iron off the tee. And so while you're playing in the same way that you're playing blackjack and you're like, I'm feeling this, I'm going to hit on a 15 and you hit and you nail it, like that's the same feeling as pulling driver on a shorter par 4, where it's like, wow, I could hit 3-iron. I could stay and hope the dealer busts, or hope my opponent takes driver and messes up. But sometimes you just got to say, I'm feeling it, taking driver, you hit. And then you still have to have that mindset in blackjack of, if I bust, move on to the next hand. We have enough of a budget here.
Right.
Things like that.
Right.
That's true.
Love it. All right, so let's move on to the Cadillac Championship.
Hold on, just quick for the fans. What you shoot?
Not feeling good. I'm not going to hit, but go ahead.
Who shoot?
Hammond.
97.
Who?
97 at Journey. I mean, yeah, 2 nines.
He's not on the leaderboard when you're scrolling through the Grint. I was like, where's Kevin? I have to click view results.
Well, hold on. I want to say though, happy birthday though to Kevin, because that was one of the most fun days.
Yeah, happy birthday, brother.
But we got to go back.
We did have a fun night actually after.
Keep us moving. I wish I stayed the night now, seeing what transpired.
The Ducks won and everything. It was great.
Yeah. Keep us going. You want to go into Doral?
Yeah. Is there any more thoughts? I actually like talking about mental golf.
Look, I think I think Andrew, I'd love to hear kind of your perspective, kind of from the physics and the Zen of, maybe what we're coming upon as the theory here more formally, but we can postpone that till it's more formalized.
Yeah. I think we need to explore what you're finding with the Zen, what Kcon has a very strong understanding of, pretty much from my experience, his entire time playing golf, and what Kevin really is like exploring. He's found it at times. I think I try to resemble that. Basically, when you started telling me about that, Miller, I was like, yeah, I do that every day, or I try to. But on the golf course, it's such a fun place to explore mental approaches to problems, and you can just copy paste that all over your life.
I mean, I'll be straight. Over the years, like when I'm playing against you on team event, I got to bring out my greatest shit talking and jokes, try and throw you off. But usually you even block that out, unless it's a 3-foot putt and it's hole 17 at Costa Mesa.
Yep.
And then I might get lucky if I bring up like a historical event in your life, but but you're really good at it. I think we're actually just modeling you. But here, keep us going. Let's go Doral. Let's go picks. I don't know how much time I got. Limited time.
Cadillac Championship, guys. Doral. It should be a fun watch. Like Miller said, it hasn't been there in a while.
10 years.
Yeah, that's amazing. I didn't realize that. So it's going to be good. It'll be a fun course to watch. Definitely one of my greatest regrets was not playing that course when I lived down there. Because
is it public? How much?
Yeah,
is
you
it?
can play it, Andrew. We definitely had the opportunity to play the those courses. There's
Doral?
5. No, it's it might be, but it's the Blue Monster or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's a TPC.
Yeah,
I'm 90% sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, we probably could have played it. It's in Orlando or Fort Lauderdale.
No, it's in Miami.
Oh, okay. It's
more south, but I mean it's all the same driving distance. But yeah, the Blue Monster, the champion, like there's 5 courses you could play. I believe there's 5, but yeah, big regret that we should have played that. That was a bucket list one. But either way, we'll get to watch it on TV now. So picks, if we want to go around, I don't know. Does anyone? I was pretty. I've been kind of out of it mentally with the PGA stuff, but I did make picks. But I don't know if anyone feels more strongly about their picks.
I mean, I'm happy to go. But Andrew, maybe you kick us off this week.
Yeah. So my winner, I'm picking Sam Burns. I picked him a month ago or something, and I think I picked him for the Valspar, and he played fine. And then like a couple of weeks ago, I saw him near the leaderboard, was watching. I was like, this guy has it in him. Signature event, maybe. He's got great odds, like plus 6,300. So odds are low, obviously, but I still think he has the game for it, and I'm hoping he peaks now. You want me to go through?
You want to go end to end here?
Yeah. Let's go end to end. Yeah.
All right. Top 5, picking Justin Rose. He just got the McLaren clubs.
I love
that. You gotta hope for McLaren that he top 5s, because that's just an insane PR boost, or whatever you want to call it, advertisement for those irons. Stoked I just also want to watch them use them just for fun. Who knows what they're coming up with? Formula One engineers for golf clubs. I mean, who knows what you can do? Cool. Top 10, Victor Hovland. I also picked him for top 5 or something, maybe winning a couple tournaments, and he did really well. Gosh, a couple weeks ago as well. I'm pretty sure he was playing pretty well at the Masters until the last day. So to me, for him, it's just he's going to be up there at the beginning. Can he just hold on to a top 10? I think he has a good chance.
I like those. I'll go next. I want to come out hot. I feel like let's turn back the clock. It's Bay Hill. It's Russell Henley. Okay. I feel like we haven't called his name all year. I'm calling him this year. I'm taking him in the one and done. I'm going off that 3rd place at the Masters, like just straight up. RBC, maybe a little bit of a step back, tied for 25th. Before that, though, 13th at the Players, 6th at the Palmer, again at Bay Hill. I feel like the 3rd of the Masters maybe shows that he's close to back to form. But really, this is a tough week. I mean, I'm coming off a few wins, but I'm trying not to use all my big guns right now that I have a lead in the one and done. But look, I feel like it's Henley's time to get called, and he better step up, and we're hoping for a good weekend. Second, though, I think maybe is the other guy who wins, Tommy Fleetwood. I just, trying to spread odds here. I got 4,000 on Henley and Fleetwood to win is kind of about the same 3,800, but I think Tommy Fleetwood top 5, great bet, probably in the mix. And then last is a guy that I think that you guys called the number early on. I think Jacob Bridgman. Like, what a year, by the way. I feel like we'll see him in the mix, and I have him at top 10 clearance. I think that is plus 400. But I like that. I think he's going to be totally in it at this tournament. But I will say it does, after kind of the past few weeks, Masters hangover, Harbor Town, Zurich, like we are, I think, seeing things sift out. Other than Fitzpatrick, it's like, I don't know, anyone could win, right? But Connors, who do you got?
So to win, I'm going with Chris Gotterup. I think he's got the distance. I think it's a survival game, is what I've been reading about this course. Also, I haven't been doing too well, and at the beginning of the season, I did great, and that's because I didn't pick him in the podcast, but I actually picked him on the betting site, and he won. He was just a random guy that I watched at in TGL, and he won the Sony Open. So I'm trying to get back to my roots here, back to the start of where restart the season. I'm only halfway through, you know. Top 5, I'm going with Scheffler. He's just been in form. It's not the greatest of odds, but you know,
114 for top
exactly.
5.
But every dollar, every win counts for me right now.
Yeah,
that's true. I mean, money won is money won.
Yeah, but then on top 10, I'm going with Sam Burns. Again, it goes back to seems like a survival course. I think if his putting's hot, which he always is, it could, you know, he's been doing great recently, and you know, he did great at the Masters, or at least was doing great. I'm not sure how he fell off on Sunday, but Andrew already specified some of the reasons he took him just to win. So yeah, that's the top 1, 5, and 10 for me.
Sweet. My pick is Sam Burns to win, so that seems to be the common thread.
Other Salmon, all in on Burns.
You know, although I Miller has the best track record, so Henley is a really nice call. You know, for all the listeners out there. So
dude, I think he's gonna hit. I'm telling you guys, we're going all feel. Okay, I know I picked Cantlay to start. If he would have started, he would have won this tournament. I know that's a different universe, different dimension. He won that day, but I just feel like if we're gonna see Henley return, it's this week, and then if not, I don't know.
Look, it's not a bad take considering that, you know, they're back in Florida now, you know, and it's like he was kind of, you know, he almost won, you know, at a course probably similar, a tough, long.
My thought was Bay Hill was a good comp. Okay,
I think
looked at this course, I was like, look at guys who do well at Bay Hill. That was my theory.
Yeah, that's a good call. So there might be some opportunity for some. Is there a cut, or is it a? There's probably a cut, right?
No, I think
I thought it said there's no cut. Or
sorry,
there's
wire
a cut.
to wire,
there is
72 spots, right?
Yeah, they'll take the top 50 in ties.
No cut. Okay.
I'm sure. Oh, is it none?
Yeah, that's what the one and done says. No cut.
Oh wow, I don't.
Yeah, I like that. I think it's stupid when they cut 20 guys. Like,
well,
we might as well see them.
Yeah, but it's a fun
clubs,
bet to figure out who's not going to make the cut. It pays so well for some people.
That's true. You know what I've been doing? I've been doing matchups. Okay, I got Henley like $100 beat Siwoo Kim day 1. Okay. I'm going into my father-in-law bets matchups, so we've been riding that recently. Just take guys who think are going to do it.
No, it's not a bad play either. They just don't pay like, you know, 5 to 1 or anything like that. Where these missed cuts, you can sometimes take these favorites, especially Bay Hill. A lot of guys missed the cut. They were like big names. But I can't keep track of which ones have a cut and which one don't. So, but forgive me. But it's like I think
it's signature events are 72. There's no cut, and then major championships are 100.
There's no rhyme or reason. Trust me. They just decide which ones. Because there's been signature events that had to cut that I've made money on. Yeah. So okay. Either way, my top 5 is Siwoo Kim. We'll see. I think he's Mr. Consistent, you know, out there. He always seems to be in the mix. And then just to not lose $100, I'm going Scheffler top 10. just to get my money back, basically, because I think that.
Are you getting your money back? Isn't it like minus 170?
Yeah, but you don't lose your. You don't lose.
Doesn't lose 100.
You don't lose.
You're right. You're right.
That's how it works.
That's a good pick, Pi. That's safe cash, right?
Right. It's a way to kind of strategize getting up to like second place, maybe, or at least not.
I'll say this.
Losing.
I think a little prediction this weekend. I think this might be a fever pitch event. I don't know. I think we haven't seen an event here in a while. I think we might have quite the showing from, celebrity kind of types, but I think people want to win this. I don't know. It's also worth winning it, but
you're saying the owner of the course might make an appearance.
I'm thinking there's a chance, but I think this might. I mean, dude, this is in Miami. Like,
yep.
I don't think they've had a tournament there in a while. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think this is going to be a big event.
This is a big deal. This is a big deal to have the tour.
Like, it's not getting enough advertise, or like there's not enough buzz right now, but I think this could be fever pitch. I wish McIlroy was playing, but other than that, I think the field's strong.
Oh man, everyone wants to see him back out there. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So can't wait for that. Well, guys, enjoy the Blue Monster. I think it's gonna be a fun one to watch. We will have a bonus episode dropping probably Friday night. Me and Andrew will be out on the island running a little bonus episode. So keep eyes out for that.
Wait, quick, are you going to play the 9-hole course on Saturday?
I don't know if we're going to that side, but
okay.
Yeah, we'll see.
We're excited though. You gotta maybe do a little preview of what's gonna come, a little fireside chat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what it's all about.
And you got the Starlink ready to roll.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. So we're looking forward to that. But yeah, gentlemen, it was good to get back with the OGs here. And connect and get back into this into the season. So thanks everyone, and have a great rest of the night. Enjoy the tournament this weekend, and we'll see you on the bonus episode later this week.
Yeah, and Kevin, hope too you're still staying with Scotty Cameron, man. I know this was a tough week in putting, but just stick with it. You'll find the other side.
Oh, I have 2 Scotty Camerons. Don't worry. So I just can switch back and forth if I want. So
there you go.
Collect them. So all right, guys. Everyone, have a good one. Talk to you later.
All the people gonna sing out loud. All the people singing high in the clouds. And if you can only wonder what they're singing about, but you don't know, so you're trying 2, 3, 4. And I wonder, if it was real, if it was real. And I wonder, I wonder if it was real, if it was real. 'Cause you're searching for sweet loving, to keep up with the sound and enjoy those around, and it's all calling. Up with the fight, stay out to sight, do what's right in the city. What are you doing with all the time in your head? Now are you stuck in world now? Are you stuck in sand? You got to get up, get out of line. If you're under the sun, then you'll be just fine.